Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Ven at Embassy Row. We're so excited to offer on-demand yoga for you, our guests. My name is Emma, and I'm founder and director of Epic Yoga DC. It's a studio just a few blocks from here. So welcome to our neighborhood. So today I've planned just a very quick practice for us to just stretch from head to toes. So we're going to start in a kneeling position. So what I want us to think about doing is tucking our toes under and sitting back towards our heels. Now, I know that this can be a little bit intense. So if you want to grab maybe either a pillow from the bed, you can kind of sit on it over your heels. You also might want to place something underneath your knees. So you decide. And of course, at any time, if this does become uncomfortable, you can just let go of it entirely and just find something that is more comfortable. Otherwise, if it's comfortable for you to close your eyes or soften your gaze, and you can just let your hands rest sort of in your lap. With each breath, see if you can bring yourself into a space that's a little bit more relaxed, a little bit more comfortable. As you're ready, you can draw your chin down towards your chest. And then just start to bring some movement, sort of opening up around your neck and shoulders. So you can let your head sort of rock side to side. Maybe you want to take it around in full circle, moving 2 or 3 times in one direction. And just let the breath guide you. If you're moving around in just one direction, slowly go around in the opposite direction. And just nice and slow. I kind of call this sort of my search for Rice Krispies. It might sound a little strange. You're just looking for those sweet spots. Feel free to linger anywhere that might need a little extra attention. And so carefully come back towards your center line. We'll come onto our hands and knees. So as you sort of lift back off of your heels, gently, carefully release your toes. You might give yourself a little tap. And you can roll out your ankles. So from our tabletop position, our shoulders are over our wrists. Fingers are spread nice and wide, and our hips are right over our knees. So we're gonna practice our little cat-cow, right? You can stay just like this on all fours, or maybe if it's new to you, I'm gonna suggest that you extend your left leg out to the left side of your mat, right? And just again, move in any way that kind of feels comfortable for your body, right? So the toes can be pointing in any direction, right? It's okay if your foot isn't even on the mat. As you inhale, you'll roll the shoulders back, open the chest. And then as you exhale, sort of tuck the chin, scoop the belly, right? Slightly dome the upper back, right? Inhale, opening up front side of body. And exhale, right? Opening up back side of body. Come through just a few more. Right? This is just your little spinal warm-up. Last 2. When you lift up, really pull your navel in towards the spine. Inhale, sort of finding that articulation of the spine. And we'll meet back towards our neutral spine. Inhale your right fingertips to the sky. And as you exhale, you're gonna thread your right arm underneath your left as you slide down onto the outside of your right shoulder. So just pause here for a second. Want to check that your right arm is parallel to the top edge of your mat. And just continue to really press into the upper outer arm to help support your head and shoulders. You can stay here. Maybe you bring your left hand sort of behind you. You can really peel the left shoulder back. Breathe in and breathe out. So as we're ready to come out of the pose, press through the left hand. On an inhale, you're gonna sweep your right arm up and out. And exhale, place it back down towards the mat. Sweep your right foot forward just a little bit so you can rock back and sit onto your seat. So now your right foot is folded to the inside of your left thigh. Left leg is going to stay long. Use your left hand, sort of press it into the inner left leg as you dial away from the top of your thigh. You can keep your right hand at your hip, and maybe you let your right fingertips sort of scoot behind you. Right shoulder presses back. A nice big openness across the chest. Press out through your left heel. Try to relax your right knee and right thigh. And on your next inhale, go ahead and sweep your right arm over the ear. So really extend nice and long through your right side body. You'll lift a little bit off of your left thigh and then exhale to fold towards the left leg. Maybe your right hand comes towards the outside of your left leg. So just pause and take a breath here. You can walk your hands back up to lift up through your torso. Right, we're gonna come out the way we came in. So again, sort of roll over into this sort of asymmetrical tabletop position. Go ahead and just sweep your left foot back behind you. We're gonna open up towards like a side plank. So you can sort of spin open onto the right palm, right knee. You can press through the left foot. You can extend left arm across the ear. If you want to explore a different type of balance, maybe you flex through your left foot and lift your left leg. If you're feeling spicy, you want to take your full side plank pose, you can extend through the right leg. So that's up to you. You've got 2 more breaths. Zip up through midline, really lengthen your tailbone towards the back of your mat. Gently bringing left hand back towards the floor. And you're gonna step your left foot now between your hands. I like to sort of swivel my right foot over to the left edge of the mat so I can bring my left hand into the inside of my left foot. And then I'm just gonna walk my hands out. So reach out towards the sort of high diagonal, towards the right top corner of your mat. And you can just let your head go, right? And breathe into the sensations. You might be experiencing something there in the inner left thigh. So carefully walking your hands back underneath you. Sort of swivel and pivot back towards the top of your mat, framing your left foot. Tuck the right toes under, hop off of your right knee, really power up and press back out through your right heel. Right fingertips stay on the floor. Inhale and sweep your left arm up. It's an easy twist here. Scissor and sort of zipper up through your inner thighs. Make sure to lift out of your right shoulder. You really reach out through your left fingertips. One more inhale and exhale. Carefully bring your fingertips back towards the floor. Right foot's gonna meet the left, so you'll go ahead and come towards the top of your mat. And just hang over the legs. Maybe notice even, right, how one leg might feel different than the opposite side. If you want to, sort of fold your hands into your elbow creases for a ragdoll. Right? Just let everything go here. Might even play with shifting your weight around a little bit over the balls of your feet. Just notice if that little sway kind of creates any more space for you somewhere in the body. Knees can be soft. Release the arms. Come to a halfway lift, flat back position. Maybe fingertips even press into the shins. Open up through the chest. Inhale here. And then exhale, just soften your knees and fold. Let's do that one more time. Inhale to your flat back position. Lean a little forward here. Really lift through the inner thighs. And then exhale, fold. Keeping your knees soft, you'll roll up to stand vertebra by vertebra, nice and slow. Circle, sweep the arms up overhead, interlace the fingers above, really press out through the palms, right? And then take a nice lean over to the right, sort of open up through the left side body. Right ribs sort of hug forward, keep your heart lifted. Inhale, come back up towards center. And as you exhale, just lean over to the opposite side. Try to relax your shoulders away from your ears. Right, firm through your feet. Take another big breath. Inhale, come back up towards center. And then exhale, just swan dive and fold over your legs. Halfway lift, flat back. We're going to step back to our plank pose. So keep your shoulders right over your wrists as you step your feet back. Really lengthen and press back towards your heels. Now you can always modify and come onto your knees, but we'll be here for a couple breaths. So I really want you to squeeze into the midline, sort of lift through the pelvic floor and draw your navel in towards the spine. Press through the heels, squeeze through the tops of the thighs, and draw your heart through the window of the arms. Then continue to lengthen through the crown of your head. One more breath. We've got this. Inhale and exhale. You can keep your legs extended. Otherwise, lower your knees to the mat. As you inhale, bring your shoulders an inch over your fingertips. And exhale will come all the way down to the floor, releasing to the front side of the body. Pause for a second. You can rest your cheek as you walk your palms down to the bottom ribs. Finding our baby cobra. Let's go ahead and peel the shoulder blades down the back, squeezing through the upper back, really strengthening all the muscles along our spine. Keep pressing through the feet. Roll the shoulders back, even squeeze your elbows towards one another. Good, breathe here. One more inhale, maybe you float the palms, and exhale, come down nice and slow and releasing your cheek towards the mat. Do that again. Right, as you're ready, inhale, lift up to your baby cobra. Nice strong legs, press through the tops of the feet to start. Right? Really lift through the abdominals. You can continue to stay here or maybe take it a little bit further. You can float the hands, reach them back behind you. Palms can kind of hug into the midline. You can even lift your feet. So imagine I'm gently drawing on your toes as you come up into this locust pose. Right? Really focus on the length of this posture, not so much the height. Squeeze into midline. Right? Inhale, lift a little higher. And exhale, release, come back down. Opposite cheek can come towards the mat. We'll do one more. You can do either of those variations, right? Inhale to your baby cobra. Pause here for a few, right? Maybe your locust pose, squeeze up, up, up. Or if you'd like to practice your full upward dog, hands will be by the rib cage, straighten out the arms, lift to the tops of the feet. So float your hips, right? Upward facing dog. Really press the heart forward. Another inhale and exhale. Carefully release. We'll meet back towards our child's pose. Nice deep cleansing breath here. Then we'll shift back up towards our tabletop position. So setting up for the second side, this time we'll go ahead and extend the right leg out to the right side. And again, just kind of finding that flow, finding your rhythm with your breath. The inhale to open the chest and the exhale, right, to round the upper back. So just back and forth, slow and smooth. And just staying in the body. Really notice kind of when the inhale becomes the exhale and how that helps to move, right, the little bones along the spine. One more. And we'll return back towards our neutral spine. Left arm reaches for the sky, so big lift up here. And then as you exhale, threading it underneath the right, just coming down towards the outer left shoulder. Maybe one day you'll catch your right foot, but no big deal either way. You can wrap your right arm behind you, anything that feels comfortable, firming through the outer upper arm of your left side. One more inhale. And exhale. Carefully release the pose, press into the right hand, left arm sweeps up and out. You're just going to sweep your left foot forward so you can come and sit down back onto your seat. This way that your left foot is now folded to the inside of your thigh and keeping your right leg nice and long. Right hand comes to the inside of the right leg, right? Open up through the chest. Gently spin away from the top of your right thigh. You can just keep your hand at your hip. Maybe you let your left fingertips come behind you. You're using your right arm as leverage, but be gentle, right? We don't want to force anything. On your next inhale, reach your left arm across the ear, so get a nice big side body stretch. Lift a little bit off of your right thigh so that you can begin to fold towards the right thigh. So now you might bring your left hand towards the outside of your right leg. Just take a couple breaths. Stay active through the right foot, so really press out through your right heel. Just soften around your face and shoulders. And the hands can help to walk you back up. And you'll rock forward, right, coming back towards this funky little tabletop position. Sweeping now your right foot towards the back of your mat. And then we'll spin onto the left palm, kind of open up out towards the right. So this is essentially a variation of our modified side plank pose. Lift through the abdominals, press through the left hand. Maybe the right foot lifts. Maybe you extend your left leg, squeezing through your inner thighs. So whatever feels good for you, whatever you're in the mood for. Stay for 2 more breaths. Really lift out of your left shoulder. Lift your left ear also out of your left shoulder. And then carefully bring your right hand back towards the mat. And we'll step now the right foot between your hands. It's sort of this low lunge. You can always readjust where your left knee is. Bring your hands to the inside of the right foot. You might even sort of kick your left foot out towards the right. So we're opening up through the right thigh. And then walk your hands out towards the top left corner of the mat. And then you can just allow sort of the head to come between the upper arms. And just take a few breaths here. Keep lifting through the inner arch of the right foot to help kind of gently press your right knee back. And hands can now walk again underneath you. Come square yourself back towards the top of your mat. Frame your right foot, so bring your hand to the outside. Left toes tuck under, right? Lift the left knee, squeeze back, pull up through the inner thighs and pelvic floor and low abs, and inhale your right fingertips to the sky. Again, rolling out of the left shoulder, lifting through the right fingertips. Squeeze into your left leg, firm through your right heel. Breathe in. And the exhale helps to bring hands back towards the floor. Step to the top of the mat. You can always come back to your ragdoll position, or maybe this time you want to try your gorilla pose. So what you'll do is you'll slide your hands underneath your feet. I enjoy this because it's just a nice way to kind of open up my wrists. Right? So soften the knees as much as you need to and just let the body kind of come over the thighs. And notice you might to pull into the strength of your upper back. Like imagine you're going to pull your hands out from underneath your feet. And as you activate the upper arms and upper back, helps to sort of draw you even more over the thighs. Carefully releasing your hands. Nice little tingle in the fingertips. Come to your halfway lifts as you breathe in, press through your feet, lengthen the spine. And then exhale, full, let it go. Root to rise, come all the way up to stand. Nice big lift, strong legs. Look up. And then release towards your mountain pose. Arms can come back by your side. All right, our final posture for today is going to be our tree pose. So as you shift into the left foot, and now if you're kind of overbalancing or not in the mood, just create a little kickstand. Your right foot can come to the inside of the ankle. But otherwise, you'll place the foot to the calf or your inner thigh. So just Just kind of find your shape. You can bring your hands to your heart, relax the shoulders. As you root down and really ground into the standing leg, find that nice lift coming out of your hips, maybe so much that the fingertips, the branches just want to grow and reach out. Soften the shoulders. Got a couple more breaths. It's okay if you wobble or shake. Steady eye gaze, one more breath. And then we'll release together, hands to heart. You can bring your right foot to the floor. Shake it out. And we'll do the second side. All right. So again, kind of find where you want to place your foot. It can be a little bit of a different height. That's okay too. Right? Breathe here. Roll the shoulders back. Feel your foot and leg press against each other, that sort of drawing into your midline, into your center, right? So that you can grow and reach up and out. One of my favorite postures here. So take a couple deep breaths. Nice. One more inhale. And exhale. Releasing the arms, releasing the legs, and finding your way back to standing pose. So thank you so much for joining me today. I hope the remainder of your day is peaceful. Thank you.